Last week, LEGO Horizon Adventures released, and you could buy this game for $60 on Switch, I believe, PC and PS5. I bought it on PC. And the first thing I'm going to talk about, because this isn't going to be a typical review, it probably won't be nearly as long. I'm going to talk about the price point. It is $60, and I finished the campaign of this in about 7 hours. And that's saying a lot because I was playing this game on the hardest difficulty and I finished it in 7 hours. I'm going to say that this game shouldn't be as hard as it is on the hardest difficulty. I never played a LEGO game before, but I didn't expect to be being two shot on the hardest difficulty just in a LEGO game. I specifically picked the hardest difficulty because it's like, hey, this is a LEGO game. Their hardest difficulty isn't going to be hard. But no, it was kind of hard, and the fight that you're seeing right now literally took me probably 4 or 5 tries to do. I guess when I put it in perspective of only saying 5 times, it's not that much. But it's a LEGO game. If it takes you anything more than once, you probably should give up gaming. Unless you're playing on the hardest difficulty where you have to learn the pattern. With that being said, the game itself is a fun game. For 7 hours, I feel like it didn't do the story of Horizon Zero Dawn justice, and from what I understood, everything leading up to this, they were going to tell the story to the point Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know if they were like, oh, to the point of Forbidden West, or to the point of the conclusion of Forbidden West, but it was only to the point of Forbidden West, and that is where the point stopped. And I guess if they do a sequel, they'll tell the Forbidden West story next, which in hindsight, I don't know if you can tell the story of Forbidden West because it really wasn't the story. You went west, you killed enemies, and that was it really. There was no story. Sony's first party titles have a tendency of not knowing to tell the next story. I'm thinking of the Spider-Man. Spider-Man 1 story was great. DLCs were great. Spider-Man 2 story was bad. The Last of Us, does that even need to be said? Everyone knows how that went. Story was bad, gameplay good. And then you have Horizon Forbidden West, sequel bad, first game good. Maybe LEGO will have a different take and their second story retelling of Forbidden West will be better if they make one. But no, this game is like it's good. The combat is good. You have weapons similar to in Horizon in this game. You can pick up the weapons that I'm pretty sure the Awesome ROM used. The downfall of this game is them trying to tell the story of Horizon Zero Dawn in such a short amount of time. For 15 hours, which is what the platinum time is, 8 hours for the story on average, they did not do a good job of telling it, and a lot of things they retcon. Like, for instance, I'm pretty sure in Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, they never explicitly said that Elizabeth was Aloy's mother. They never said that, and everything only implied that it was a clone of Elizabeth. I mean, how can you even have a mother? It was literally artificially created at that point. You would just literally be a clone because you would need something else to perpetuate the birth, if you get what I'm saying. I just found that weird. They do that at the very end of the game to where they make that revelation, and I feel like it was just kind of shoehorned end at the end. They were like, oh right, we forgot to write about Aloy's mother, because I'm pretty sure they explicitly said she never had a mother. Her mother was just no one, because Elizabeth made her, and in the game they specifically say, I made you with a strand of my hair. That's called a clone, bro. That's a clone. That is a clone. When someone looks just like you, they speak similarly to you, they take an interest in science like you, they are you. And then on top of that, trying to condense the story down, Tirsa specifically, I don't know why they made her a playable character. I feel like Varl's sister would have been a better character, although I won't go into the details of that. They could have made other characters, like Varl's mother, for instance. They could have put her in there. I don't know why they wanted to let you play as Tirsa, because she was not really a playable character, or she had no combative roles in Horizon. And just for the record, I do find her the worst to play. Dropping bombs, it's just boring, honestly. Every other character, Varl, Aaron, Aloy, they're all cool to play. I do hate though that you can't have two people at all times. I feel like they should have let you always have, even if you don't have two people playing, let just the AI be playing or something. And if you want to bring in a real player, you can, but I felt like if you didn't pick Aloy narratively, it just wasn't great because every cutscene that they showed, it was Aloy. They couldn't take the time to code in specifically who you were playing as. It was always Aloy, and you would randomly hear Aloy's voice lines when you're playing missions. So I feel like they could have did a better job of implementing the co-op and made a AI co-op. I know how Lego Horizons games plays, but that stands for every single game. Let you have an AI companion. It just didn't feel right in this game when you weren't playing as Aloy, but then they allow you to play as other characters to level them up. But the story was decent. 7 hours. It did what it could in 7 hours. You're taking like a 30-hour story and condensing it down. It wasn't great by any means, but it definitely stands to be like a 7 out of 10. In this, the gameplay plays like a Lego game. There's elements of the hunting grounds in this game where you go hunt beasts that have the corruption on them. There's even quests in the community board that you can do, and that is one of the reasons I did not go for the 100%, because I was trying to do a freeze challenge where you have to play as a ninja guy. I forgot the name of it. You have to play one of the Lego ninjas and you have to freeze them, and either it wouldn't count the freeze when I would freeze them and kill them, or I would not get the required weapons to freeze them. And that's one of the complaints also about this. You cannot select the weapon that you want. They put challenges in the game, and then those challenges are reliant on RNG. One time I got a freeze weapon and it didn't count any of the freezes that I did. Then every other time I tried freeze them by throwing the bricks on them or the freeze barrels, then kill them with the bow, didn't work. Then I tried going specifically to the frozen area, which is where I got the barrels from, mind you. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, or behind myself, and it didn't work. I don't know if it was a bug. I specifically went back 2 or 3 times reading the exact name of the skin that I had to use to get them to credit, and it wouldn't credit. But with that being said, I guess that's where I'll wrap this up. It was a good game. It's a 7 out of 10. It's not anything that's going to win Game of the Year, and I don't think Lego games are ever Game of the Year. I find it weird though that they did throw the word ass in there. Like, it's a rated E game for 10 and up, and you're making a kids game, and you choose your rating to just throw the word ass in there. I mean, I'm not complaining of cuss words. I play rated M games, but if you're buying this for your kid, having that word be in there just seems kind of weird for a choice. If you want to buy this game for your kid, it would be a good introduction if you don't want more of the severe adult themes that goes into Horizon Forbidden West, like the kidnappings, the slaveries and whatnot. Though this game does have kidnappings and it does have people locked in cages, so the themes are kind of similar, but having your character say ass, I don't know. It was weird, but I did enjoy it. I finished it in like 7 hours. It's a good game. It's not great. The biggest thing I would tell you is that I don't think you should buy it. Not because of the game itself, but because of the price point. You're literally not getting your money's worth with this. You're spending $60 for 15 hours max for a platinum. Maybe a little more if you go for the 100% collecting. But if you're going for a Lego crafting game, I don't think this would be the one that you should go for. When this game hits a price drop, by all means buy it. But it's way too expensive in my opinion for the price point.